Hey, it was kind of fun doing commentary for videos last time, so I think I'll do it again. I also think that it makes my videos a little more accessible to newer players or viewers that don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's watch this one. Here we go. Right, so I've got the Burning Abyss cards, like Barber, Dragheg, Rubik. I've also got a Mathematician and a Supply Squad in my hand. I'm gonna bring out Dragheg. And also Barber. Because the Burning Abyss cards are special in that you can summon them, as many of them as you have, as long as you don't have any spells or trap cards. You can just summon it. Those two monsters combine to become Dante, the Traveler, in defense mode. Because it's turn 1, and I can't attack with him yet, so I put him in defense mode. My opponent uses Effect Veiler, which negates the effects of Dante. And so I can't use his effect, so I will just play Supply Squad. This card, if my monster is destroyed, it'll let me draw a card. So I normal summon Mathematician, and when he's normal summoned, I can send a monster from my deck to my graveyard. However, my opponent uses Ash Blossom to negate the effect. So I don't get to do that, so I just end my turn. Looks like my opponent puts down 2 traps and ends their turn. I draw. So I switched Dante into attack mode, because now it's not turn 1 anymore, and I can attack with him. But before I do that, I use his effect to take a material off of him, in this case, Dragheg, and then send 3 cards from the top of my deck to the grave. Now this sounds bad, but for the Burning Abyss cards it's actually really good, because all of them can use their effects in the grave. And sending the 3 cards gives 500 attack to my Dante for each card, so that's a plus 1500, putting him up to 2500. Summon Limit activates over here, and this just makes it so that I can't, neither of us can summon more than twice per turn. Alright, so see, all of my stuff is now able to activate in the grave. Graph, Dragheg, and Barber, they're all going to do stuff. Graph is going to summon a monster. Barber is going to deal damage to my opponent's life. And Dragheg will let me choose a card to put at the top of my deck. So, Graph activated, and it summoned Kagna. And it instantly died because I have Mathematician out. And my basic Burning Abyss monsters, if I control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss, it gets instantly destroyed. So, because Mathematician was out, Kagna gets summoned, but then instantly goes to the graveyard. This activates my supply squad. Because one of my monsters was destroyed, I get to draw a card. Kagna also gets to activate in the grave, which allows me to send a spell to my grave. So I send Terminus. Then Supply Squad lets me draw another Supply Squad, so now I have double Supply Squad. Go into battle phase, attack. Dante, after he attacks, switches to defense mode. It's part of his ability. His attack also goes back down to 1,000. Opponent uses Dragon Shrine to send a dragon monster to the grave. And then if it's a dragon normal, you can do it again. So he sends the blue eyes and the white stone of legend. White stone of legend activates in the grave, and it lets him add blue eyes to his hand. The alternative comes out just simply by revealing the blue eyes in his hand. Then he uses Ultimate Fusion and puts the blue eyes and the white stone of legend back into the deck, and then Fusion summons Tyrant. Blue eyes Tyrant Dragon. He attacks me there, which activates both of my supply squads, and Mathematician as well. See, when he's destroyed, I draw a card, so I now get to draw 3 cards. Shouldn't be surprising for me to say that drawing 3 cards is really good. So now Barber and Dante activate. Barber's going to deal 900 damage by banishing 3 cards, and Dante's going to let me add a card to my hand. So there's 3 cards, 900 damage, and I'm going to add Terminus, and then take 3,000 damage from the alternative dragon. I draw. I put down 2 traps, a Forbidden Droplet, and Rubik in defense mode. Face down. So my opponent can't see that this is a Rubik, only I can. He summons Dictator of D, and I use Karma Cut to discard one of my cards and banish him. So I discard Terminus. Target Tyrant, and then he uses Alternative Dragon's effect to destroy my Malbranch, but then I use Forbidden Droplet to discard these 2 cards and negate the effects of both these monsters. And of course, Tyrant doesn't get banished because he's unaffected by traps. I should have used Karma Cut on Dictator of D, but that's my mistake. Then I use the Traveler trap to bring back Liebig, who instantly dies because my face down card isn't a Burning Abyss monster, or well, it is, but the game doesn't know it, so it dies. And then that will activate my double supply squad. Draw 2 more cards. Boom. So my defense is 2100, and his attack is now only 17 from the Forbidden Droplet. and he takes damage. And then ends his turn. Then his attack goes back to normal. Okay, summon Farfa and then combine those two monsters to create Virgil, the Rock Star. Farfa then activates in the grave to send Tyrant Dragon to the Shadow Realm, but just for this one turn. He comes back at the end. Then I banish the Terminus to increase Virgil's attack by 800, putting him at 3,300. Then I activate his effect to target a card my opponent controls and shuffle it back into the deck. So I target the alternative dragon. And there it goes. Attack, 1, putting him down to 300 life points. Farfa's effect ends and Tyrant Dragon comes back out. He draws a card, goes into battle phase, and attacks for 100 life points. This activates my double supply squad, as well as Virgil, who lets me draw a card when he's destroyed. So I get to draw 3 cards again. And now I draw. I put down 2 traps and Scarm in defense mode. End my turn. Reveals the blue eyes to bring out alternative dragon. I activate Fiend Griefing. This is a funny looking card. I like it. So it targets a card in his grave. In this case I chose Dictator of D. And then I returned it to his deck. Now, because I did that, I can send a monster from my deck to the grave. So I choose Farfa, activate its effect, and banish the Tyrant Dragon, just for the end of this turn. Then I chain Karmaka, discard the Rhino, and banish Alternative Dragon as well. There go both of his guys. Fiendish Rhino activates, lets me send another card to the grave. In this case, I'll use Calcab. Farfa's effect ends, and Tyrant Dragon comes back. Calcab, I can use it to target a set trap and return it to his hand. I was trying to use that on some end limit, but it's already activated, so I can't do it. Now it's my turn, I'll draw. Place that trap down in my turn. That's literally it. Destroys my monster, but if you're in defense, you don't take any damage. And this also activates my double supply squad. Draw 2 cards. At the end of the phase, Scarm activates and lets me draw another card. Choose Tour Guide. I draw. Now I use Fiend Griefing to target Ash Blossom, send that back to his deck, and then send Farfa to my grave. This lets me banish Tyrant Dragon just for this one turn. That's all I'm gonna need. Use Tour Guide to bring out Rubik, and then I will attack for game. Once again, thank you guys all for watching, and don't forget to like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more content.